Hi guys, it's Mario. So I just wanted to talk to you today about the fourth principle. I know it's been a while since I made a video. There's only a couple of you that watch anyway, but just had a lot of issues in life. But I'm back. So I guess a little recap's in order, right? We went through the first three laws. These are the laws of attraction. The all is mental, right? That was the first law we saw. The the all is mind. The universe is mental. So when we look at the Kabbalah and it tells us this, it's very interesting, because even in the Torah, it got translated wrong. I mean, there's a lot of translations. If you were to read the original Torah, or at least get some knowledge of what's in there, completely different story if you add the word or two that they took out in translation. But anyways, the Jews in the Torah, it says God had the thought, and then there was the word. So, this idea that the all is mental, that we're created from this mental image, that we're part of this brain, if you will, it's been, I think that's a big one for the laws of attraction, is understanding that we are inside the mind of God. God's not above us. In heaven, I'm not saying that heaven doesn't exist. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm just saying heaven is not outside of God. If there is a hell, it's also inside of God. Everything's inside of God. Everything. It's the container that holds everything in our existence. And then the second principle, which was, let me see, the law of correspondence. So if you think of the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. So everything from the grand universe to the smallest atom that makes up the universe is the same. I mean, we have the mathematical models. I took physics. We did the proportion of gravity, The proportion of gravity is the same whether it's a tiny hydrogen atom or it's, this big sun that is turning hydrogen to helium and heavier elements, but fusion. But, it's essentially, we've kind of seen this, and a lot of these, gosh, I can't get the word out of my head. I'm not thinking Newtonian physics, but not theoretical physics, but I can't think of the word. But anyways, there's these quantum physics, dear Lord. There's these things, people say that, there's these theories that people say there could be universes within an atom itself, and their space-time wouldn't be affected by our space-time, Who knows, man, We're talking about some divine stuff, right? The third principle was the law of vibration. So nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. So we've also proven this with science. I mean, nothing's solid, It's all an illusion of the mind. Everything is vibrating. I mean, atoms are 99.9% empty space. How in the hell can anything be solid if it's mostly empty space? I mean, you start thinking of the things that make you, they're empty space. You're made of nothing but empty space, you're barely here. Or maybe some of you are more here than me, but, according to science and what I believe, we're barely here. And then the fourth principle is really where we start getting into the laws of attraction. Well, once you start to understand this principle, it's important. Let's just say that. So the fourth principle is polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradox may be reconciled. So, for me, I mean, I was studying Zen when I was like 16 and stuff, and them saying hot and cold was the same thing, used to bother me. I used to be like, what are these people talking about? They are crazy. But the idea is, hot and cold is called what? Temperature. So if you really think about it, it's like a magnet. And, cold's down here, hot's over here. Where are you in the temperature scale? Just because you are hot doesn't mean cold does not exist, right? And just because you are cold doesn't mean, well, I think I just said that twice, but you get what I'm saying. It works both ways. In my book, it talks about money and poverty, rich mindset versus that poverty mindset. If you're always complaining that you need money, you're going to attract this poverty. If you keep saying, I don't have money, I don't have money, I don't have money, I mean, I already even start to feel negative. I don't even feel like I want to go out there and earn money, but let alone all the other stuff in the quantum field that's happening, it's, I mean, this is where it gets weird because, this attraction part, then it's like you've attracted everything in your life. Now, a lot of us attract our sicknesses and stuff, is my theory, because of our trauma from our childhood. 0 to 7, you're on record. Your subconscious is on record. And those programs are the ones running in the background the rest of your life. So I always used to say something, which I heard some coworkers the other day say, I can't remember. They said something about the rich, and I was just like, that's such backwards thinking. The rich are not rich because of stuff like that. Rich people are rich because they truly believe it. One, I mean, you have to believe that you are rich. I mean, and it's not, I'm going to be rich, because if you come from that mindset, you're still coming from that poverty mindset. I'm going to be where I need to be. No, I already am rich. I might not have all this money, I might not have all this stuff, but I am rich. You start from there. Now, you really got a desire to be rich. I mean, which I think most of us still have a fear. I know for me, I do. I would want prosperity before I would ever want to be rich. I want my cup to overflow. I want it to overflow just a little bit. I mean, I don't want it to start drying up and stuff, but I don't want 20 cups full of water. But this whole attraction thing, it's fascinating, and that's how they heal people in China and different places. These medicine people, shamans, I mean, you could call them a bunch of different things. Some of them are just doctors that truly believe this stuff, but this pseudoscience that everybody talks about, it's but yeah, they go to the patient and they say, you are healed, you are healed, you are healed. I think I read that from a Greg Brendan book. If you guys haven't studied that guy, check out Gaia. They're a really cool channel. But anyways, I think I'm gonna leave you with that. I think that's enough to think about. Anyway, I'm not trying to convey information and say, hey man, this is how it works. I'm just saying, maybe somewhere inside of you this triggers something. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, happiness and sadness, dude. Be careful with the word depression. Be careful with the word depression. If you are depressed, what's the opposite of depressed? I mean, that damn word doesn't even have an opposite, You are literally depressed down. You are pressed down, and I was depressed many years of my life, and I'm not saying them chemical imbalances don't exist, and I'm not saying I know everything, but for my life, it's depressed 20 some years of my life, man. And, it was my childhood, and it was a lot of shit that messed me up, but one day I started reading this stuff, and I called it sadness. You know what the opposite of sadness is? Happiness. When you're sad, you could say, I'm not happy, But it doesn't mean your happiness doesn't exist. I used to tell myself stuff like that. Happiness doesn't exist. Who the hell would have taken my happiness? I'm just on the sliding scale. I went down. I'm sad now. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that because happiness still exists. Eventually, you will shift to that happy spot. And that's kind of what they tell you, you want to stay in that positive mindset. You got a flat tire, you're late to work, oh well, I'm breathing, I'm alive, life is good. Boss is gonna get mad, oh well, what control do I have over this right now? I could be super stressed out with the flat tire, or I could be happy with the flat tire. Maybe God wanted me stuck out there in the forest to hear the birds for a while. I don't know. It's but anyways, I better stop. The video's gone on long enough, so yeah, you guys think about that. The law of mentality, correspondence, uh, vibration, and now polarity. So, positive, negative. Where are you at today? Guys, have a blessed day. Bye.